What's good with YouTube? TheCaliEffect, king of games here, and today we're going to be going over the low tier league. Really excited to be showing you guys round 2 of the low tier league and round 1 of the losers bracket. Now, if you guys have missed the previous video, then go ahead and look down below in the comment section or in the description. That will take you right to round 1 in the preliminaries. Some of these decks may not make it, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to the losers bracket and show you some of the decks that will be eliminated, but I'm excited to show you quality content. And unlike the very first round, this round will actually have commentary. So if you guys are enjoying this, go ahead and like this video up. Let's try to get to 500 likes, ladies and gentlemen, just to let TheCaliEffect know, hey, we really do enjoy the low tier league and we think you're doing a pretty good job. As always, post down below in the comment section, who are you rooting for, which deck do you want to see, and what was the most exciting part. But let me get out of you guys' hair and get you right into the game. Our very first matchup is fire against water. This is going to be really exciting to match, as Lavos have shocked us all into thinking that they are a very tier deck inside of the Scrub Olympics. This low tier league bout sending Handmaiden to the graveyard. They'll be able to pop off later with Left Arm Offering, banishing their entire hand for a rekindling play. Being able to special summon a fortitude of monsters to the side of the field. Red Resonator giving it 2,500 life points, making Duel Little Chimera, and then following up with Nightmare Griffin. Unfortunately, no additional cards in your hand to reset the rekindling, and then the Gishkis come with the healthy Kaiju being able to get rid of the Nightmare Griffin, and now following up their plays, Salvage being able to recur their Gishki monsters, and now Gishki Shadow to be able to add their Gishki Mirror. Summoning their first Zilgigas, they're going to be able to get rid of a card or recur some more resources, and then following up with their incantation plays. Their second Aqua Mirror is going to get their Zilgigas, and then it's going to summon another Zilgigas, now being able to get rid of the Duel Little Chimera. The third Zilgigas hits the field, able to draw a card, and now it looks like we are looking for total mayhem, as Instant Fusion summons Thousand Eyes Restrict to get rid of the Kaiju, and now it looks like it's going to be game. Even though Lavos gained so many life points, Gishkis are able to drown it all out. Game 2 is going to look hopefully a little better, at least for the side of Lavo, being able to activate that Red Resonator to call, summoning Red Resonator to special summon a Lavo monster, making the Synchro Summon into Lavo Dragun. Dragun sending Handmaidens to the graveyard, allowing it to send basically everything you need for a rekindling play, but not able to finish it up. Passing it right back to Gishki. It looks like Monster Reborn is going to be used on Red Resonator, but the mistakes! Red Resonator should have targeted Lava Gun to gain 2,500 life points, but that's nonetheless. Mind Control is to follow up, making a land Fornicus. Bahamut Shark is going to be parried by the Book of Eclipse, and it looks like it's going to be the end of the turn. Going ahead and summoning Flame Veil Fire Dog on the Lavo side, attacking over the land Fornicus. And then the Red Resonator is going to successfully gain 2,600 life points, making Red Rising Dragon, Red Resonator, then Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, destroying all monsters on the field and then passing the turn. It looks like Gishki is going to be able to take control of the match, using Salvage to recur 2 Gishki monsters from the graveyard, then essentially getting Aqua Mirror, Gishki Beast to spell summon Gishki Shadow, and then summoning Hope Wolverine. Eclipse Wyvern is going to be, or a Book of Eclipse is going to be used. Going to draw an additional card, and it looks like that healthy Kaiju is going to sit on the side of the field. Are Kaijus still busted? It looks like Gishkis have found a way to abuse Kaijus to their favor. Maybe we might have to address even some of the stronger Kaijus in this bracket. Going ahead and following up, it looks like Gishki's going to use another Salvage drawn off the Book of Eclipse, and they'll be able to pop up with some pretty big combos. Zilgigas is going to hit the field, but Book of Eclipse is going to be summoned or activated, allowing to stop one Zilgigas, but it's not going to stop the second one. Going ahead and recurring more resources, Zilgigas is going to get right back into the hand. Gishki Beast to summon Gishki Shadow and both of those monsters for a Time Thief Redoer. Being able to inflict 1,000 damage and then attack with more cards, putting the Lavos in a very tough spot. Unfortunately, they weren't able to draw the card that they needed, but at least they'll be able to destroy the face down card using Lavo Miller to attack into Time Thief Redoer, forcing a banish and then pretty much giving up the game because there's not really much else you can do. It looks like Gishkis will be able to drown out the fire deck and move to the next round. The next round is going to be X-Sabers versus Worms, 2 really highly touted decks. It looks like the X-Saber strategy is going to start off with a Naturia Beast, set 1 card face down and pass. Searching at X-Saber Bogart Knight back to Worms. They have the ability to be able to get over this Naturia Beast, but it's going to take time. Worms X and a Yarmzagi on a face down card, and then passing it right back to the X-Sabers. What will they do? Bogart Knight is going to be able to spell summon X-Saber Airbellum into a Mrs. Radiant. Then Gothams Gold is going to be able to spell summon 2 X-Saber monsters from the graveyard. That's going to follow up another popular card in Book of Eclipse. Mrs. Radiant being able to attack over the Zex, and it looks like X-Sabers are going to draw 3 cards from that exchange. Worm Yagen is going to be able to get rid of the Mrs. Radiant, and then those 2 monsters are going to be used for an Excited Knight. Really smart use of Excited Knight, giving your opponent resources, and now you'll have a way to be able to destroy their cards on their turn again. So it looks like Bogart's going to be able to spell summon more cards to the side of the field. Nightmare Phoenix being able to get rid of the Book of Eclipse, but Book of Eclipse being used on the Fault Roll. Nightmare Unicorn to follow up, getting rid of the Excited Knight, and 2,200 damage to the Worms. How will they be able to break this board? Because at the end phase, Dark Soul does get an Airbellum Search, and it doesn't look like the Worms are in a really good spot. They're going to be able to search into a Pot of Extravagance, but not do anything else after that, because Extravagance needs to be activated at the start. Fault Roll is going to be flip summoned to spell summon Airbellum, and it looks like a couple of monsters are going to be summoned to the side of the field, making Brionic and essentially attacking for game. X-Sabers take the very first of this best of 3 match. Game 2, X-Sabers looking to close out, but Worm having the cheeky Quaking Mirror Force in its hand. Rescue Cat being able to special summon 2 more monsters to a side of the field to essentially make an Naturia Beast and pass, as well as get an X-Saber monster from your deck to your hand. And now, it looks like Worms did not draw a really good hand, sending all 3 Quaking Mirror Force and then passing his turn. It looks like it's Hyunlei bait, ladies and gentlemen, but no! Rescue Cat is going to be used to special summon 2 more monsters, making a Nightmare Phoenix, then a Nightmare Unicorn, getting rid of a second card, and then making, whoa, what is this card? What does it do? Landing Pod Ship Airburwell? Looks like a pretty powerful card, but the best thing is that they have a 3,000 beater and were able to search cards. Dark Hole is going to go ahead and follow up by summoning a Nightmare Unicorn off of the monster that was destroyed, setting 2 cards face down and passing a turn. And then it looks like X-Sabers are going to be able to do their thing, reviving the Naturia Beast, summoning Bogart Knight to Regiga being able to summon Fault Roll, and here's what you guys have been wishing for. You guys wanted to see Fault Roll loops? Well, here you go. Fault Roll to summon Fault Roll, Fault Roll to summon Fault Roll, and Fault Roll to summon Fault Roll. Oh man, this is going to be pretty insane. Or Rigagiro to add Fault Roll to summon Fault Roll. And it looks like we're going to be able to see an insane board by X-Sabers. I know this is what you guys have been wanting to see, but it's going to get Quaking Mirror Forced all face down. Fortunately, Link monsters cannot be in face down defense position. I don't think that that was the best trap card, but hey, it's going to do what it do. They're going to draw another copy of Quaking Mirror Force, and it looks like Ningirsu is going to be able to get rid of that. And it looks like X-Sabers are into the next round. Here is the game that you guys have wanted you to see. Light versus dark. Good versus evil. And Constellars are going to start off pretty strong. Spell summoning Photon Thrasher. Pullix into the additional normal summon into a Pullix, but it looks like they're just going to make Ptolemy M7 instead of Pleiades in pass. That's interesting. And it looks like Evil Swarm is going to start off with Caster into Krekion. Krekion and Evil Swarm Excited Knight. Excited Knight being able to activate its effect, but at least as an Evil Swarm monster to use your Infestation Terminus on. Now Ptolemy M7 is going to bounce Evil Swarm Evil Swarm Excited. It looks like Infestation Terminus is going to be used to return those targets right into the hand. Fire Formation Tinky to follow with add Constellar Arglide. I'm grinding the Sombre, and then the normal summon in the Pullix, and then into a cost. It looks like they're going to be swinging for some heavy damage. Light is tending to thrive over Dark right now, and it's going to be in a huge way. Later making Hippo Shinnigan, turning Constellar Cost into 5, and then the Sombre into 5 to make a Constellar Pleiades. That is the play we know and love. A 3,000 body to our side of the field with the pass. Rescue Rabbit's going to be summoned, but no priority for you. Constellar Pleiades is going to bounce that card, and it looks like they're going to be well onto their way into winning the Game 1. Game 2, Constellar's looking to close this out. Evil Swarm looking to get back into the game. Fire Formation Tinky. And then we're going to see almost the exact same board. I'll guide us to Pullix. And then going out and make a Constellar Ptolemy M7 on the end phase, passing it right back to Evil Swarm. Special summoning Steel Swarm Cell. Did not notice that that was a card inside of this deck. They're going to make Steel Swarm Origin and be able to take advantage of Origin, being able to special summon Krekion. Maybe this should be a thing. Making Silent Honor Arc to snatch the Ptolemy M7. Oh my! Take me back to 2015, ladies and gentlemen. Silent Honor Arc is too strong. Lost Will being used on a Constellar Cost. I'm not sure if that was a good idea, but it looks like we're going to go ahead and see a Utopia Lightning being able to attack over the Silent Honor Arc just for damage, I guess, but still having Utopia Lightning for later turns. Katos is going to be used on the face down Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light, and then we're going to attack over the Utopia Lightning, which is going to leave the field. Steel Storm Origin to special summon Evil Swarm Thunderbird, and it looks like Evil Swarms are back into this game. We might be seeing a Game 3. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and pass their turn, and yes, the victory is clear for Evil Swarm, but Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light is going to be activated. It looks like Evil Swarm Thunderbird's going to be chained, and then they're, what? Okay, so they're going to buy another turn. That's pretty cool. Constellar Plawlix to summon Cost to the side of the field, and it looks like Light just might be able to triumph against the Dark, being able to make both monsters level 5 to be able to spell summon that Constellar Pleiades that the deck needs, attacking into the Still Swarm Origin and then passing turn. These are some questionable moves, ladies and gentlemen, but Thunderbird is going to be back one side of the field, and it looks like they're going to be able to Forbidden Chalice the... What? Okay, I guess we already knew that was going to happen, and then you're going to attack to bring the Krekion back face up. That's actually... I don't know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening? It looks like there are so many mistakes being made. I just can't believe my eyes. There are opportunities for link plays to actually get over this Constellar Pleiades, but it looks like it won't even matter. Constellars have gained positioning back into this game, and it looks like even throughout the mistakes, the light will overshine the dark. So it looks like they're going to spell summon Still Swarm Search, normal summon the Evil Swarm, and then make Still Swarm Origin to attack over, and then special summon the Evil Swarm Thunderbird. Like, is there like some reason can you not special summon except for L Swarm monsters when you use Origin? Why aren't we playing any other cards in our extra deck using Terminus to return 2 cards to the hand? It looks like they're going to be able to follow up, but Constellars with the cheeky Photon Sanctuary to make Hippo Shinigan, Sombre to add Algaidi to gain the additional normal summon for cost, and it looks like, look who's back in control, ladies and gentlemen, using both of those for Constellar Pleiades. This game just might be over in the favor of Constellars. Evil Swarm not giving up just yet. They're going to attack over the Constellar Sombre. I can't call it Sombre. You guys already know why. And it looks like Constellar Pleiades is going to bounce that monster right to the hand. Constellar Pleiades only needs to bounce the... What the freak is going on? I don't understand. Is it because it's pointing to something? Can it not be targeted? Maybe I should just read cards more often. So Cyber Dragon being used into a Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, and then it's going to go ahead and negate it. These guys are trading advantage back and forth. At least we get to see an exciting game for the low tier league, and that's all we can really ask for. Right back into the Constellars. They're going to be able to summon Cyber Dragon in pass turn, because that's definitely a play. And it looks like we're going to see a Lost World to get some damage in. And now we're in a very interesting situation because Cyber Dragon is very deadly. Monster Reborn to spell summon Constellar M7 to your side of the field, and that would be game. Whoa, that was insane. I can't lie, there were some plays that I think I would have done a lot differently, but Constellars and Evil Swarm have given us a game that we can all remember. So here is the underrated matchup of the week. Gym Knights are looking relatively strong into this format, and Gustos, I mean, they're okay, I guess. Gym Knights starting off with Rescue Rabbit to summon Tourmalines to their side of the field. They're going to be using the Tourmalines for the link summon into front Gym Knight Quartz. Now it looks like Quartz is going to be able to mitigate a Gym Knight Zirconia to your side of the field, using both of those for a Mrs. Radiant, and then being able to spell summon a massive amount of Gym Knight monsters. Curious Lightsworn Dominion to send Block Dragon to the graveyard. It looks like we're popping off with Gym Knights. It looks like this deck might actually need to be hit in some way, shape, or form, because none of the Scrub Olympic decks don't seem to be this powerful. Nightmare Unicorn to bounce to face down defense position monster, and Block Dragon to be able to get a ton of resources. Crystal Rose sending Lazuli to add Tourmaline, and now Fusion able to add Fusion. Now we're going to make Gym Knight Master Diamond. Looks like we're going to have a pretty strong board, being able to inflict a ton of damage to the opponent. Actually, it looks like we're going to be going right into game 2. That was a very interesting game 1. Let's see how the Dagustos are going to be able to respond. Gym Knights going in with their standard play, summoning 2 more monsters to the side of the field, make Link Spider Boy, and then eventually making Curious to send Block Dragon to be spell summoned, Saryuja Skull Dread to be able to be summoned, and then that's going to be pretty much the end of Gym Knight's turn. Now Wind Witch Ice Bell is going to be summoned to summon Wind Witch Glass Bell, and now both of these monsters are going to trigger, inflicting 500 damage and searching a Wind Witch card. Glass Bell is going to go ahead and follow up, and then we're going to be summoning Wind Witch Winter Bell to our side of the field to inflict more damage, but more importantly, that 3300 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon that can't be destroyed by card effects. Too strong. It looks like Dagusto are going to be able to parry on their side of the field, getting a pretty sizable board. Gem Knight following up with Gem Knight Armadillo, then using Gem Knight Fusion, now activating Gem Knight Fusion for a Seraph Knight, now summoning Gem Knight Tourmaline, and being able to pop up with some more combos. Mrs. Radiant to the side of the field, eventually into a Proxy Dragon, and then a Gem Knight Fusion. Crystal Rose is going to send Lazuli. Lazuli's going to get Tourmaline back to the side of the field. Now Black Dragon is back to being easily accessible. Black Dragon back to the side of the field to be able to summon a plethora of monsters. But how will we get rid of this Crystal Wing that is affected by Winter Bell? Looks like it's not going to happen. Gem Knight are a top tier deck for a reason, but this Crystal Wing is putting in the work. Now getting rid of the Nightmare Unicorn. It looks like Gem Knights are just going to go ahead and scoop it up. Crystal Wing, undestructible, being able to destroy a card and getting rid of the single copy of Nightmare Unicorn is just too strong. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Gem Knight's on the cusp of losing its first game since ever. Like, it's never lost a game in the low tier league. It's going to be able to start off or go against, guess what? An indestructible Crystal Wing with a little less life points than it originally had. The Crystal Wing, fortunately, is the only thing that is stopping Gem Knights right now. And I guess the Merriam, but the Merriam isn't really a problem, is it? Now, it looks like Gem Knight's going to be able to start off with Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio to spell summon Darlington Cobra. Darlington Cobra to add the Gem Knight Fusion. Hey True Nate to get rid of that back row. Gem Knight Fusion to spell summon Seraph Knight. Seraph Knight into the Unicorn. Targeting the Crystal Wing Sequel Dragon. I think that they're going to regret that because that seems to be the only form to get rid of Crystal Wing Dragon right now. And now we're going to activate that Gem Knight Rose. Being able to spell summon it and going to our Gem Knight Fusion, making the Prismine. Prismine? Is that how you guys? Prismora. And now we're going to be able to summon a ton of monsters to our side of the field. Gem Knight Quartz to the side of the field. Then adding the Gem Knight Fusion again to make Gem Knight Topaz. Obsidian to spell summon Tourmaline, and now we're going to be starting popping up with even more effects as we're going to be spell summon Gem Knight Lady Brilliant, and then to our Mrs. Radiant. But this is all for naught, as Crystal Wing is 4,800 attack, and yeah, it's going to be hard to get rid of. Curious to send more cards to the graveyard and eventually getting into your Gem Knight Tourmalines and a Black Dragon to your side of the field, eventually making Saryuja Skull Dread. Doesn't look like this is still going to be parried, ladies and gentlemen, as Saryuja Skull Dread as a 3,100 attack monster probably would have been the best of ways, because Crystal Wing Secret Dragon battling those monsters with a level is just going to win every single time. It looks like the Crystal Wing strategy is just happening to be winning. Twin Twisters to get over the back row, and now Gem Knights are going to take a second whack at making a monster stronger than Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It's simple, ladies and gentlemen. Just force Crystal Wing to negate something really silly, and then place a monster that can be stronger than Crystal Wing. Unfortunately, destroying it by card effects are going to be a no bueno, and now that I think about it, I don't think destroying it by battle is your necessarily go-to thing either. It looks like this Crystal Wing is pretty much indestructible, and it's not much that you can do. Gem Knights are going to take that L. Gusto's advanced to the next, and we really didn't see too many Gusto cards now, did we? Ah, yes, on to the losers brackets. My Ice Biddies being one of the best decks in this league. Nope, they're actually in the losers brackets for a reason. Going against the lowly Gen X, we're going to see how these decks can pop off. Hopefully see one of them show a definitive victory so we can move on to the next round. I know some people are rooting for the Ice Barriers, and then there are very few rooting for the Gen X strategy. But looking at it, looks like both of these decks seem to be taking their willy-dilly time to start popping off with some card effects. Looking like Allure of Darkness is going to banish a Gen X monster, then following up with another Gen X Neutron. Every time I see these guys, I think of Jimmy Neutron inside of a machine form. But it looks like they're going to be able to take a pretty decent stance on the board. Not being able to ruin the opponent's life points, but being able to whittle down Ice Barrier's resource. Looks like they're going to go ahead and follow up with Gem X Recycle, making that Nightmare Phoenix, destroying the face-down card. They're going to be making some pretty good plays. Machine Duplication is possible, two more Blast Fans to the side of the field. What is going on? And Blast Fan now being able to add two more Gen X cards. Looks like this deck has a penchant for being able to add cards from their deck to their hand, and unfortunately they're Gen X monsters, but hey, it's something a little bit more than what Ice Barriers have been shown to do. Setting the prior of the Ice Barrier face down in defense position, it looks like Gem Knights just might have this game one into the bag. Declaring 3 for reasoning, it's going to spawn summon that Summoner Monk and then the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, or Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend. This is going to be pretty much game 4, or in favor for the Gem Knights. Dang, Monster Reborn, is this really how you feel? Just attack, man. It ain't nothing they can do. They ain't even got a Gores or nothing to stop. Game 2. Let's see if the Ice Barrier strategy can actually come back, as Gen X are going to be going first yet again. But that True King Battletron will be able to summon itself to the side of the field and banish 2 cards. Unfortunately, it only has 1800 attack, so it's summoned in defense. And then we're going to follow up with Gen X in their plays. Whoa, making Scarlet, Red Dragon, Archfiend. You can have that Basel Throws back to your hand. I won't set any more face down cards. I'll just inflict a little bit of damage to you and pass it right back to you. Now, Basel Throws can be summoned yet again, but it looks like they're going to summon or set Dance Princess the Ice Barrier to the face down position with their Call of the Hunted being used on the Defender of the Ice Barrier, Torrential Reborn, being able to summon itself back to the side of the field. And it looks like their efforts are pretty futile. I'm not necessarily seeing what Ice Barriers can be doing. They're just going to be playing in defense position their entire lives. You can't be going out like this, Ice Barrier. You were seen as some by the savior, but unfortunately, Gen X are moving to the next round. Jirac versus Vylon in our very next game. We actually decided to temper down the dino portions of the Jiracs this time around. And they're going to be playing more of a pure quote-unquote Jirac build, or at least we would hope. Looks like Vylons are going to be starting off with those Nova Summoners to the side of the field, but that's going to trigger a Jirac Hammer and 2 Jirac tokens. Now, this is the Jirac deck that we've been wanting to see. We want to see some Jiracs like this. Looks like Jirac, whatever this card is going to be made into a dual little Chimera. Chimera being able to attack to Noble Summoner, but that's going to summon Shining Angel to the side of the field. Jirac Hera is a hefty 2,300 attack points, and one would think that, whoa, that card's kind of hard to get over right now, and it can summon itself from the graveyard to your side of the field. Instant Fusion making Mud Dragon to the swamp, but eventually making into a Utopia Lightning. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you only get one, so use it wisely. Utopia Lightning to attack over that dual little Chimera for no gain, not getting that monster back, and it looks like we are starting with the dinos. Soliding Raptor to be able to add the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Tyranno being able to attack every single one of those defense position monsters. I'm not sure. I'm still a little bit conflicted. Does Ultimate Conductor Tyranno need to be banned? Or is this just Jiracs doing Jirac things? On to game 2. It looks like Jiracs are not going to be opening the best of the best, but it also looks like Constellar or Vylons are going to be able to opening a pretty decent hand, getting some equip cards to follow up with the Vylon Prism. They're going to make a Vylon Epsilon with 2 equips to it. Who knows? Terraform is going to be added into the Lost World, and now we're starting to see those sneaky dino counterparts being added in. Jirac Velo to the side of the field. And it looks like Vylons are actually going to have an opportunity, but Quaking Mirror Force to flip those monsters face down and to never be flipped back face up on their side of the field. Drawing for the next turn, it looks like Jiracs are going to be able to summon Braxius to their side of the field. And now being able to attack to some of those defense position monsters, Vylons are definitely in a tough position. Now we're going to see Jirac Gigantino to our side of the field, and that's pretty decent. Using that Link 1 into a Link Kribo. Back to the Jiracs, they're going to be dominating with Jirac Gigantino. And I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, look, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. These Jiracs are still popping off. It looks like they might be a contender inside of this deck, even without their dino counterparts. Now, Vylon Cube, Vylon Element to make Vylon Sigma. We're going to activate Ride Kies and then Flamant, and then, or Element, I apologize, to be able to spell summon Tetra. We're going to see some pretty insane Vylon plays, Vylon material being able to being destroyed, and now we're going to be able to spell summon Vylon Sphere to our side of the field. Maybe link up for, or no, we're going to synchro summon to Vylon Alpha and Omega. But can it be stronger than our Jirac Gigantino? And the answer is no. It's just going to attack into a defense position monster, only triggering the Jirac Hera, but being able to negate the Hera and the other monster effects. Still a 3,300 attack monster. Nothing, what's a goon to a Gigantino? Gigantino being able to attack over the Vylon monster. That hard works for Vylon monster. And then Jirac Golem being able to attack for 2,000 damage. So Vylon Cube's going to be summoned, and then Element on the Cube, and that's pretty much it. It looks like Jiracs with no dinos this time around. Just one Lost World is going to advance to the next round. Our last match is going to be Fabled versus Still Swarm, and Fabled already starting off relatively strong with Sekka's Light into a Rescue Cat. They're going to summon Nushin Chawa to the side of the field using Grimo to search another Chawa, and then summoning it by discarding Ganesha, making Marshall Metal Marcher to spell summon more monsters to the side of the field, but unfortunately end with Decode Pass and obvious Sekka's Light. Foolish Burial Goods is going to find Metalfoes Fusion, and then the Monarch Stormform is going to be able to tribute the Decode Talker. Girastad getting over the second Sekka's Light, which again, probably shouldn't have been set. I mean, like, anybody could have seen that as a Seconds Light from miles away. Seconds Light finding a card in the graveyard, now being able to special summon Fabled Valkyries to a side of the field. It's going to get Escalation Monarch Stormforth, getting over that Fabled Valkyries to summon Moth and Gira Stag to the side of the field, inflicting 5,000 damage to the opponent. This is the danger zone for Fabled. Will they be able to survive? Kushina's going to send Catfish to destroy Gira Stag and then set a Jet Synchron to the side of the field. Moth only being able to find Jet Synchron, passing it right back to Fabled. They have the Doppel Warrior, so they'll probably be able to spell summon another Marcher, but no, it looks like they don't play it. Evil Swarm, Still Swarm's being able to attack him with the Doppel Warrior. They're just going to go ahead and pass their turn so smartly. Fabled Crust in the hand. Kushano is going to discard the Crust, being able to spell summon the Gimro, summoning the Nightmare Cerberus, but this monster was not special summoned. They're going to lose game 1. Game 2 is going to be a little similar in some sorts, as we're going to start off with the Rescue Cat to special summon 2 more Fable monsters to our side of the field. Grimo to find another card. Marshall Metal Marcher to the side of the field. Special summoning Chawa, and we're going to be able to special summon Noosh to our side of the field to bring out Katsith, making Saryuja Skull Dread, and for some reason put Raigeki to the bottom of our decks. Maybe the cards that we did have, or Cosmic Cyclone was more important. Finishing off with Fabled Ragan and a Saryuja Skull Dread, we're going to be able to break this face down monster inside of Still Swarm Caller. Also with the Cosmic Cyclone face down, Still Swarm might want to watch out, as that Cosmic Cyclone can ruin some days. On the end phase, using Cyclone to get rid of Pantheism, it looks like Fables are going to take the driver's seat. Red Resonator being able to special summon, and it looks like this game is over. Fables are able to take game 2. That ever so critical game 3, ladies and gentlemen. How will these decks prevail? Chawa being able to discard Ganesha to summon a Ganesha to the side of the field. Grimro being able to search. Noosh being able to bring it out. Automate a hit potion again, and a Fabled Kubati with a card face down. Kubati cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, but I'm not 100% sure if this deck cares, because Still Swarm Mantis will be able to special summon that Still Swarm monster to the side of the field, and the blind Cosmic Cyclone will find Metal Foes Fusion. It looks like we could be in the driver's seat. Rescue Cat to spell summon Cerberus and Tribal to the side of the field. We're gonna go ahead and make Fabled Chowin and follow up with that Raigeki, but it's gonna be lost to the Storming Mirror Force. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Not making that Nightmare Cerberus just might cost you, as the Still Swarm Cell is going to make the Gira Stag, getting rid of a Cerberus and attacking over the Chawa. Can this be it for the Fabled, ladies and gentlemen, as they're just going to go ahead and set a Jet Synchron, pass it right back to the Still Swarm, who are slowly taking their time with gathering their resources to finish off this game. Rescue Cat's going to go ahead and be normal summoned for Fabled Noosh, and Cerberus going to be used for a Link summon to hit Potion again. Unfortunately, Gira Stag is just a little bit stronger. Foolish Burial Goods to send Pantheism. Pantheism to add Escalation. Allure Darkness is going to find nothing, but Gira Stag can still attack over hit Poshinigan. Poshinigan getting Chawa. It looks like they're going to need something. Grimro, not terrible. They're going to get Kushuno to their hands, and then special summon Jet Synchron and pass their turn right back to Still Swarms. Still Swarm finding Foolish Burial, allowing themselves to send, oh yes, you guys just saw that, Lord of Lair of Darkness. Now following up, Kushuno's going to be able to discard Katsith. Katsith's going to be able to get rid of Gira Stag. And at 1100 damage, could this be exactly what Fables needed to advance into the next round? Drawing a Still Swarm Cell, they're going to go ahead and pass their turn, and that Fabled Kushuno is going to inflict another 1100 damage. It looks like there's going to be Fabled Kushuno control. Forget all the other aspects of Fable that you guys have seen. This is the strongest part. Twin Twister being drawn, and Fabled Kushuno is going to inflict another 1100. Still Swarms are going to have to get out of this situation. They're going to find it through Still Swarm Cell into Still Swarm Mouth, being able to get rid of 2 cards and chain Lord of Lair. Summon that monster to the side of the field. This could be a clear path for game, which it is. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you in the comments. This was insane. Still Swarms advancing to the next round. Fabled being kicked out entirely. Wow, guys, that was some more awesome low-tier matches. The worst decks duking it out to see who is the best of the worst. Looking at the bracket, I think we're in pretty good shape. I have no reason to throw and tilt mine away just yet. I wonder, did you guys make your bracket? And are you throwing yours away? Are you tilting? But looking at our winners bracket, we have number 8 Gishki, which arguably could be higher. It's definitely proven itself to being one of the top decks, against number 4 Constellar, number 10 Gustos against number 5, that's right, X-Saber. I don't think that this is too bad. I rated Gustos at 10 because I knew Jess was coming out with the sauce, and fortunately, he did not disappoint. Looking at the lower bracket, we have Ally of Justice versus Gen X, Notoria versus Flameveil, Miss Valley versus Vylon, and Dragoonity versus Steel Swarm. I know that you guys were disappointed in the Dragoonity game in our last week's video, but I'm telling you, I'm really feeling a redemption arc by Dragoonity. I seen the list. I'm telling you, it's a lot more saucier than you think. Unfortunately, Vylons, Ice Barriers, and Fabled have all been eliminated from the tournament, and with so many of our lower brackets filled, we can only expect more to come. I think this is still going to be a really exciting matches, especially now that we've gotten to shake up the game with a bit more spice. And by spice, I mean addressing the forbidden list as we see it. Newly banned are Curious the Dominion and the rest of the kaijus. It turns out that even the high-level, high-attack guys can be abused to no end. Gishki's definitely proved us with that. Curious is a direct address to the Gym Knights and their fast-paced boards it can make. With Black Dragon Boy already limited, I think this is a next step at keeping gyms fair while balancing the strat. Limited is the Wind Witch engine, Lost World Miscellaneous Ceres. Crystal Wing is a very fair card, but a one-card indestructible Crystal Wing is pretty bad for the game. The Dino hits are to keep the Jirax. Well, Jirax. All of the cards that are limited are the Nightmare Monsters. Seriously guys, hitting these cards did literally nothing. It's crazy how actually balanced these bad boys are and are really healthy for the Scrub Olympics tournament. Now that I have that done, did I miss something? What are the decks you guys are rooting for? Is your bracket still intact? I'm excited to get you guys the next round on the following Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more low tier league duels, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell and prepare yourselves. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.